Hi everyone, it's Mike again. Just still trying to enjoy the weather. Still trying to make the most of it. It seems quite strange, really, because we've actually had weeks of nice weather. And if you're from the UK, then you will know that this is a rarity. This is a rare moment. So we're all a bit like, do we stay in because it's too hot? Do we go out because it's nice? So it's all a bit strange. But yeah, I'm out enjoying it, out getting used to the weather. I think I'm slowly acclimatising to it now, which is good. So what I thought I would talk to you about today is the fact that there's not much that frustrates me about business owners. There isn't much that frustrates me about entrepreneurs in general, because you see it a lot. Like, entrepreneurs are successful, some of them. Entrepreneurs are struggling, some of them. Entrepreneurs are somewhere in between, some of them. And they all have their own pitfalls, they all have their own strengths, their own weaknesses, the things that they're best at. They all have their own ways that they want to do things as well. So there's a lot out there that is varied. There's a lot out there that's different, right? But the reason why it doesn't really frustrate me as much is, well, it's mostly because I've been there, right? Just checking the road. I've been struggling, right? I've been the person that's tried to figure it out. I've been the person that is contemplating quitting, right? I've been that person. So to say that I look back and I look at those people and I'm frustrated, that doesn't really sit well, because I've done it myself. So I know, I understand, I'm very empathetic anyway. But if someone says I'm struggling with something, or I can't quite work it out, or I'm depressed, or I've got no idea what I'm doing, I don't know if the skills that I have are valuable anymore, I don't know what's going on, I don't know what works, what doesn't work, whatever it happens to be. And as someone that's had that, as someone that's been there and experienced it, and I think I'm starting to come out the other side, is there are so many people that voice their strong opinions about things, and voice their thoughts, their views on certain things, that haven't experienced it themselves. So one of the big reasons why I focus on mindset is because I've changed my own, right? I've done the work myself. So I'm not someone that's preaching something that's never done it themselves. I'm someone that's been there, that's done it, and I now help others. And the business success tends to reflect that. To a certain extent, it reflects my mindset to greater and lesser degrees. Okay? So you need to think about people that say, like, if you're doing something that, let the bike go past. If you're doing something that you don't like, then they're frustrated by you. If they judge you harshly because you're struggling, then for me that doesn't make sense. All right? It doesn't make sense to judge someone harshly just because they're at a different stage to you. Just because they're different to you doesn't mean that they are better or worse. All right? So it's going to get quite bright now. I'm out in the sun. The sun's overhead. So yeah, something to think about. I'm not the type of person that will tell you that you're a bad person or any of those kinds of things just because, crossing the road again, just because you're different. It doesn't sit well with me. It doesn't make any sense to me, because if I was in that position, if I was someone that was struggling, trying to figure it out, okay, I wouldn't want someone to speak about my struggles in that way. I wouldn't want someone that would communicate things in that way. I wouldn't want someone to belittle me or convince me that I'm somehow weaker or broken or any of those kind of things. Alright, I wouldn't want anyone to talk about me in that way. I wouldn't want people to think that I was worse than them, make me feel bad, so I want to do something about it. Now, yes, there are things that you can change. Yes, there are always things that you can improve. Yes, your mindset shifting is one of the key things that actually makes that happen. Right, it's the difference between thinking it'll actually happen and then you doing something to make it happen. There's a whole host of things that people do. They don't have the level of awareness about things. They're not clear enough to make the decisions that they're expected to make regarding their business or their life or whatever it happens to be. So judging someone just because they're not as clear as you doesn't sit right, and it doesn't frustrate me because I've experienced those things as well. Alright, so that's what I thought I'd leave you with. It's not more of an informational thing. This is more me just sharing what I think, sharing my thoughts. But if you're someone that is struggling, someone that's maybe rubbed up against the negativity themselves, then get in touch, right? We can talk, we can have a chat about fear and moving forwards and improving things from a mindset perspective. Alright, so Become Fearless is just one of the things that I do. If you would like access to that, then let me know. And if you're on YouTube, if you're watching this, make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss any of the others. I've got the podcast that goes out on Sundays. I've got these videos that go out whenever I get the chance to record them. And yeah, I'll speak to you soon, alright? Take care.